There's a specific kind of joy that almost nobody talks about. It's the moment your friend texts, "Hey, rain check on tonight?" and your whole body just exhales. You didn't hate the plan. You even like these people. But the second it got canceled, you felt something suspiciously close to happiness. And if you're the person who feels most alive on a Friday night in your own kitchen, in your own clothes, with your own snacks, this video is going to explain something about you that you've probably never been able to explain yourself. Because science has an actual answer for why some people just love staying home. And it's not laziness, it's not fear, it's something way more interesting. Let's clear something up first, because the world has this one completely wrong. When someone stays home a lot, people assume one of two things. Either something's wrong with them, they're depressed, they're hiding, or they're just boring. But here's the thing, loving your home and avoiding the world are two completely different behaviors that just happen to look identical from the outside. One of them is a problem. The other one might be one of the smartest things your brain does. And notice, this isn't even about being alone. Plenty of homebodies love having people over. This is about the place, something about home specifically. So what is it? First, let's make sure we're talking about you. You know that feeling when you're out, having a genuinely good time, and some quiet background process in your brain is already calculating the distance to your couch. You're the person who says, "I should really get out more," and then feels absolutely nothing when you don't. Your idea of a perfect weekend has a suspicious amount of no plans in it. When you travel, the hotel room is secretly one of your favorite parts. And your favorite moment of any night out, be honest, is the second you close your front door behind you. Shoes off, real clothes off, that long exhale. If at least 3 of those hit, congratulations, you're a homebody. And for your entire life, people have probably treated that word like a diagnosis. By the end of this video, you'll know it's closer to a strategy. A personality psychologist at Cambridge named Brian Little spent years studying something he calls a restorative niche. Here's his idea. All day long, you're performing, not lying, performing. At work, you're professional you. With acquaintances, you're friendly you. At the store, you're polite, small talk you. Every one of those versions takes effort to maintain, like holding a light plank. Not agony, but never free. Little found that people can act out of character for hours. An introvert can run a meeting. A quiet person can work a crowded room, but only if they get access to a restorative niche afterward, a place where the performance fully stops. And for most people, there's exactly one place on earth where every mask comes off at the same time. Home. That's why walking through your front door feels like a physical event. You're not entering a building, you're clocking out of every role you played that day. Now let's talk about what's actually happening in your head, because this is where it gets good. Every time you leave the house, your brain quietly picks up hundreds of tiny jobs. What to wear? Which route? Is that person walking toward me? Where do I look? What do I say to the barista? Is the music too loud? Where's the exit? Individually? Microscopic. But your brain has a limited daily budget for decisions and monitoring. Psychologists call it cognitive load. And out in the world, the meter is always running. Home is the one environment where the meter basically stops. You know where everything is. Nothing is unpredictable. Nobody is perceiving you. Your brain gets to switch from monitor everything mode into its default mode, which, fun fact, is the state where your best thinking happens. Processing the day, connecting ideas, imagining, sorting out feelings. Think of your attention like phone battery. Being out isn't one big app draining it. It's 40 apps running in the background. Home is airplane mode. Nothing's wrong with a phone in airplane mode. It's charging. And some people's batteries simply drain faster in high stimulation environments. That's a real, measurable difference in how nervous systems handle input. Louder brains need quieter rooms. For those people, home isn't a hiding spot. It's a charger. There's a second ingredient, and it might be even more important: control. At home, you are the only person who decides the temperature, the sound, the light, the pace, the plan. Out in the world, the environment makes those calls for you and you just adapt all day, non-stop. Psychologists have known for decades that a sense of control over your environment is one of the strongest predictors of feeling calm. It's why the same person can be exhausted by a loud restaurant, but energized by cooking the exact same meal for friends at their place. Same food, same people. One difference: whose environment is it? So when you think, "I'd rather host than go out," that's not you being difficult. That's your brain negotiating for the setting where it performs best. And there's a third layer here that almost nobody knows about, and it might be the deepest one. Environmental psychologists have a concept called place identity. The short version: your home isn't just where you live. Over time, it literally becomes part of how your mind defines you. Think about it. Every object in your home is a decision you made. The books, the mug you always use, the weird lamp nobody else likes, the exact arrangement of your desk. Your home is the only environment on the planet that is 100% made of your own choices. Which means when you're home, you're not just comfortable. You're surrounded by evidence of who you are. It's like standing inside a physical printout of your own personality. That's why being in someone else's perfectly nice apartment never feels quite right. And it's why "I just want to go home" is never really about the furniture. It's about returning to yourself. And here's the funny part. Some cultures figured this out ages ago and just refused to feel bad about it. Denmark has a word the rest of the world became obsessed with: hygge. Candles, blankets, warm drinks, soft light, staying in. An entire national art form built around the idea that being cozy at home is not a failure of a social life. It is a social life and a solo life done well. And here's the detail people miss. Denmark, with its long dark winters and all that staying in, keeps ranking near the very top of the happiest countries on earth. The people who perfected staying home are also some of the most content people alive. Meanwhile, the rest of us are out here apologizing for canceling plans, saying "sorry, I'm so boring" about the exact lifestyle an entire thriving country turned into a philosophy. Maybe the homebodies weren't behind. Maybe they were early. Now, before half of you screenshot this video as a certificate for never leaving the house again, we need to have one honest moment, because there's a real difference between a nest and a bunker. A nest is where you recharge so you can go back out. A bunker is where you hide so you never have to. And from the inside, they can feel identical. Same couch, same blanket, completely different psychology. Here's the honest self-check. 3 questions. 1. When I do go out, can I still enjoy it? A nest person is tired before going out and glad they went. A bunker person can't enjoy it even after arriving. 2. Is staying home something I choose? Or does the thought of leaving come with a spike of dread? Preference feels calm. Avoidance feels tense. 3. Is my world staying the same size? Or is it quietly shrinking? One canceled plan at a time. Fewer people, fewer places, fewer things that feel possible. If home makes the rest of your life better, you have a nest. If home is slowly replacing the rest of your life, that's not a character flaw and you're not broken. But that's a pattern worth being honest with yourself about, and maybe worth talking through with someone you trust. The healthiest love for home is a choice, not an escape route. Okay, for everyone in the nest category, one last thing. Since home is basically your charger, it's worth asking, is it actually charging you? Because there's a difference between restorative home time and what usually happens, which is lying on the couch, doom scrolling for 3 hours, and somehow feeling more tired. Quick test: real recharging leaves you with more energy afterward, not less. Scrolling is just draining your battery on a different app, so if you're going to be a homebody, be a good one. Protect at least a slice of your home time for the stuff that actually restores you. Cooking without rushing, a book, a shower that's longer than necessary, rearranging something, doing absolutely nothing on purpose. The things where your mind wanders instead of being fed. You've already got the right instinct, just make sure the nest is doing its job. So here's what nobody ever told you. Your love of home isn't a personality glitch, it's your brain knowing exactly where its charger is and what you're really made of. We live in a culture that treats going out as automatically meaningful and staying in as automatically wasted. Every movie, every song, the interesting people are out there, and home is where nothing happens. But look at what actually happens at home. It's where you think your clearest thoughts, where you process your life instead of just living it, where you're surrounded by proof of who you are, and where you're the only version of yourself that requires zero maintenance. So the next time someone gives you that look and asks why you're staying in again, you've got options. You can tell them about restorative niches, cognitive load, place identity, and why your front door is basically an off switch for 400 background processes. Or you can just smile and say, because that's where I'm the real me. And honestly, most people will go quiet for a second because somewhere deep down, they know exactly what you mean. If this video just explained a feeling you've had your whole life, don't scroll yet. The video on your screen right now breaks down why some people genuinely prefer being alone, and why science says that might be a strength, not a symptom. It answers the question this video probably just raised. Is it the home I love or the solitude? I'll see you there.